AmericCanada, hey, hello. Welcome to this podcast show. I'll introduce myself to you. I'm Jekkus. Who the hell are you?
Signak.
Yeah, that's.
I'm Canadian.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're a liar person.
Late April. Fools.
What that was there was the Angela Anaconda opening, which apparently is a very Canadian TV show from me, the Canadian.
The actual Canadian. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, why is he singing?
Well, AmericCanada and Angela. My name is Angela. My name is AmericCanada. It all fit together. I had to do it. It's been stuck on my head for like 2 weeks.
I am sure that all of the Canadians listening appreciated that, and all of the Americans are extremely confused.
Yeah. Welcome to AmericCanada.
Hi, I'm actually Signak, who is American.
I am excited for the 4th episode. And if you've not been here before, both of us grab articles from our respective countries and try and confuse the other person with random stuff that happens around the country and try to explore what it means to be North American. It mostly means bad.
It mostly means, like, strange and scary.
Yeah.
But also hilarious to point and laugh at.
Exactly. So, do you want a bit of scary right now? Do you want a bit of scary right now? Do you want a bit
scary.
of like a good AmericCanada brouhaha to start us off with?
Sure.
Okay. So, your country's bird is the
eagle.
Dove. Yes, that's right. The dove. No, it's the eagle.
I went to school. It was almost a turkey.
But there's already a country named Turkey. That's just rude.
I know. I think that's probably why we changed our minds on it. But we were like this close to being a turkey instead of an eagle.
It kind of makes more sense that a flightless meat bird would be your country's animal.
Yeah.
Instead of this majestic beast that, is actually a well-tuned animal.
But then it wouldn't, instead of being like, caw, we'd be like,
yeah, no, when I think America, cool. I do think staring up at the sky and just as it rains down into their mouths. So, that makes sense. From this point on, I'm just going to refer to your country's bird as the turkey.
The turkey.
The turkey.
Okay, so yeah, our bird is actually an eagle, not a turkey.
Yeah. And our bird is also the dove. I mean, the goose. And
it is actually a goose. I would have taken that as a meme.
It's Canadian goose.
It's legitimately
it's got
goose.
Canadian in the thing. When you think of a bird of Canada, what do you think? Honk. Is it a goose? It's a goose. Exactly. The goose that's hiding in your closet. So, apparently, people have footage, and this is not just one weird instance, but bald eagles are being straight up murdered by geese.
What the fuck?
And I mean, like, when I mean straight up murdered, I mean, like, this eagle that they found was stabbed to death by a goose.
Hold on. How does a goose hold a knife, first off? Does it use its wing or its beak?
100% the beak. I've seen it happen. Go on.
How does I want to know how it got stabbed. I'm very confused. Their beaks aren't sharp. It's not like a woodpecker, like a poke.
Yeah, no, from what I'm reading here, a pathologist found that the eagle died by a quick stab to the heart from what appeared to be a loon beak. And also, oh my god, wait, it actually killed, so it was an eagle that was trying to mess with a goose baby?
Oh, that makes sense.
And so yeah, America meddling in things that it shouldn't be. And Canada stabbing it straight in the fucking heart with its loon beak. Holy shit.
Just imagine.
This is a better article than I thought.
To make it truly, truly accurate, though, the goose stabs the eagle for interfering with its children and then immediately says, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. So sorry.
I'm so sorry I had to do that, mate, but...
Do you want to come around my place for some pancakes? Get ya, Molson. Jesus, what have you made me become?
I don't imagine their beaks is very stabby. That's why I'm confused.
It's crazy, right?
Like, hold on. It's called a loon, you said?
It's Canadian loon. And let me tell you, not very stabby creatures.
Oh, they're described as gorgeous, apparently, according to Google.
By who? Okay.
Piss. No, you know what? If it's I should add Canadian. I typed loon beak, and they are hella sharp, actually. Because I was imagining, like, a white Canadian goose, but no, they have stabby as fuck beaks. Okay, I can see
they are pointier than, like, your regular, like, orange-billed goose.
I would use that loon as a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure if it was in your car in America, you would be arrested for having an unlawful carry.
No, these things are vicious creatures. And I'm already untrustworthy of waterfowl, that's just a code I live by, is I don't trust the water birds. We don't like ducks. Ducks, mostly. We don't like ducks. We don't like swans. We don't like geese. All right.
Schwanz is beautiful, though.
Schwanz is beautiful, but, like, they could karate chop and break your arm. That's not trustworthy. And they have, like, weird waddly dillies on below their thing, and they hiss. And sometimes if they look like they're honking, they do look like they have teeth. Not okay. Not okay. Pelicans.
The scariest
not okay.
The scariest thing that I think I've personally experienced with a waterfowl. Granted, I don't encounter many of them in a landlocked state, but we do get geese through every now and then. And when a goose is pissed and he just, like, spreads his wings and runs at you, going honk 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 honk, like that is actual horror.
It is intimidating. Yeah,
I wonder if there's probably horror movies about that.
If not, I have to make it now.
Yes.
Coming this fall. A new sound of terror.
What was that movie where I never saw the movie, but there's a movie where some guy is in Canada and it's a horror movie comedy, and at one point, like, their tagline is, "I don't want to die in Canada." Like, that's it.
Oh God, I have no idea. That could be a lot of things. Like that. I mean, that's just what the old people say, because usually they fly to Florida and die down there.
Is that why all the old people are in Florida? They're from fucking Canada.
Yeah. They're the oh my God, what is it, snowbirds or something like that? I can't remember what they call them. But if you reach a certain age in Canada, we just actually put you on an ice float, chop it off, and send you out to the ocean. Like, there's no natural deaths of old age in Canada.
It's like we old send you Viking to the North send-offs, but on ice. Exactly.
Yeah. We don't light it on fire. We just say, "Bye, Ethel," and you just watch her sail into the sunset. Which kind of makes sense if you think about, like, the North Pole and Santa Claus, and if you just want to discredit elves as being just old people. Because, like, when you look at the elves and what toys they make,
the older someone gets, the smaller they are, right?
It's true. That is true. And,
like you start shrinking as you get older.
And when you think of, like, you know, the Santa Claus factory and the toys that they make, it's like, oh, well, here's, like, a little tin train or a little toy boat. And, like, no fucking kid wants a toy boat. And who's out of touch with presents of what the kids want? The old people. I'm just saying.
So what you're saying is specifically Canadian elders are immortal. Canadians are immortal, and you ship your old people off to work for Santa.
Yes. That sounds accurate. See, my grandmother got a good deal because she got lung cancer, so she didn't have to go up there.
So fucked.
Oh God, I've killed her. But yeah, so if you open the borders, we're gonna Steve Irwin a good chunk of you, is what I'm reading here.
I've heard about, like, suicide rates being higher in northern states where, like, the sun cycles get all fucked up.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was because they just didn't want to go work for Santa Claus.
Just don't want to go work for Santa Claus. It's true. It's true. It's a sad situation. I know.
I'm crying, dude.
Like, there's a lot of Canada that I'm scared to kind of reveal, because I know the Mounties are going to be here at some point if they figure out where I actually live.
Oh, I forgot. You don't have cops in Canada. You have Moosins. Moose
yeah,
Mounties.
The Moosins. Yeah, the red coat Moosins. Yeah. That's what the RCNM mean in RCMP. Red coat Moosin Police.
I've got the giggles now. God damn it. Would you like to hear a different kind of horror story?
Oh, actually, sorry. While we're still on birds and horror movies, this did remind me, as it also ties back into your American turkey national bird. Everybody needs to watch the movie Thanksgiving.
Well, that sounds amazing.
It is exactly what you think it is. A turkey goes around murdering people. A demonic turkey.
I love a good demon turkey. I'm going to look this up now.
It starts off with a old pilgrim nun, pilgrim nun. Wow, the old pilgrims way back in the day, and she's being chased through the woods by a turkey, and she gets murdered, and that's how it opens. And I was like, yeah, we're sold. We're into this. And I don't want to give too much away, but
let's stop talking about it.
But the turkey talks.
Oh shit!
And the turkey is a master of disguise. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say. I can't. Well, okay. Now you told me to stop talking about it. I'm just gonna see that out there. I'm gonna leave it for you folks to watch. Thanksgiving. If you ever had homework from this podcast, that's it right now.
Go watch Thanksgiving. I have to go watch Thanksgiving now.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
So, would you like to hear a different kind of horror story?
No, but all right.
Wow, rude.
Podcast just ends.
Goodbye. So out of Florida.
Okay.
Out of Delray
Beach. A great start.
Yes, out of Delray Beach, Florida, a woman went missing for 20 days.
Oh shit.
Would you like to wager a guess as to what happened to her?
Meth?
Actually, kind of possibly involved.
Oh my lord. All right. I mean, like my first actual horror is like human trafficking and all that horrible stuff.
No, nothing like that.
With Florida, it could be literally she got trapped in a pool without water and just couldn't get out.
Tuesday morning, a woman walking on the street called 911 because she could hear a woman yelling for help from a sewer drain at an intersection.
Hiya, Georgie.
Yeah, that's where my brain went first. But honestly, it gets better.
It gets better? Because It Part 2 was not that great. Fight me now. Fight me now. I don't care.
I will fight you. I liked both of them.
It was okay. There's no Thanksgiving.
Oh my god. Nothing will ever be Thanksgiving, apparently. After she was rescued, she explained what happened. She was at her boyfriend's house, and she went for a swim in a canal near her boyfriend's house. While she was swimming, she came across a doorway in a shallow part of the canal.
I'm sorry. Is it Kingdom Hearts? Like, what?
Yeah, and so she's like, doorway in canal? I'm gonna go through that shit and just see what happens. So she goes into the canal, ends up in the sewer system, and gets lost.
Yep.
For 20 days, she's lost in the sewers, wandering around, can't find her way out.
Jesus.
She could hear the sounds of like a road eventually, and she goes towards it, kind of stays as close to the grate as she can, and starts just calling for help. Until finally somebody hears her and calls 911.
Oh my lord.
Apparently she had been reported missing by her boyfriend not long after she goes through the door.
Okay, so at least he's a concerned, boyfriend.
He was paying attention.
Okay.
But 20 days in a sewer.
That is, well, like, okay. So you can live for 3 weeks without food, but that's like right on the cusp there.
Yeah.
So like,
she was
what was she munching on?
Oh,
what was she sipping? Because you can't live for more than 3. I mean, I know the sewers are filled with water, but like, not the good water.
Yeah, don't drink the gray water.
I mean, if there's storm drains, at least she could probably get some like
pray for rain, get some oil in there.
Yeah, couple pennies or something.
The police said that she appeared coherent. They didn't feel the need to like admit her or anything for mental treatment. She does have a history of doing odd things due to mental illness. And she is a frequent user of narcotics, so...
Oh, yep, all right. So I guess you don't really have to eat as much when you're a meth head, probably. You're not really eating too much because, you're spending most of your money on meth.
It's the opposite of being pregnant.
Yeah.
Instead of eating for 2, you're eating for a half.
Oh my god. If you know or are on meth, please get help.
Please get help. There's no problem with ever getting help for any mental health issue. But also, it's just kind of really funny.
I myself have a pretty good sense of direction, but I also don't suffer from meth or mental health issues. So I would say I'm probably better equipped to get out of the sewer. I'm not going to say live in the sewer. I'm probably less equipped than her to live in the sewer for 20 days. So I don't think I could do that. Like I know myself. I have a very low constitution score. I've got the bad tummies. Like I'm drinking a French vanilla right now that is going to hurt me relatively soon. Do you think I'm going to live in a sewer for 20 days? Like I probably wouldn't even be in there for 20 hours. I would just be dead. Like even though, like I mentioned, you could eat, but to like go without eating for 3 weeks, go without water for 3 days. I would die within 18.
I would probably die within 5. not because
There's no
I didn't
Coca-Cola down here.
Exactly.
God.
I would have a very bad headache very quickly. But no, I would probably die because I'd like trip and end up fucking somehow drowning in like ankle high water. Which drowning in gray water.
Yep. That's how it goes.
That's a horror movie. Yep. That's the part of it that they really needed to dig into.
Yeah, they only talked about gray water for a couple seconds, really.
I needed to talk about how it would be to drown in poop.
And I don't think there's any gray water in Thanksgiving. I'm just saying. I'm just a better movie. I'm putting it out there already.
Or worse, because it didn't explore gray water enough.
I mean, most of my favorite movies don't have gray water in it. I'm just putting it out there.
Get us off of this article. It's a curse.
So the only place in America that I've actually been is Florida.
Really?
Right? Like I've only ventured into
like...
your country once. Yeah, I went to Disney World and I needed a better time to replace that because, yeah, reasons. A lot of bad memories so far. So
cheapers.
Yeah. So, but the only time I've gone to your country is for Florida, and we only stayed on the resort. However, the amount of Floridians that I saw, and I was only 12, 13 at the time, but I knew Floridians when you see a Floridian. Like there's just a breed of people that you can kind of see, and you're like, that's a Floridian. That's a Florida
man right there.
That is a guy who's going to break a window in the car lot just for like a fuse that they saw in the cup holder that they mistook for like a nickel. I'm only saying that because that happened to me once. My car got broken into, and they stole everything out of my my cup holder, which was 2 packages of ketchup, 3 coins of some denomination, and a couple fuses.
What if they just wanted the ketchup?
They might have just wanted the ketchup. But it's very weird, because like 2 feet away is a Dairy Queen. They could have gone to the Dairy Queen and got that instead.
Oh, but it wouldn't be the same as theft ketchup.
True.
Tastes all the sweeter.
It does taste better. They also stole the stereo out of it. But it was a 92 Saturn, and that thing was already exploding, so you know what? Have it. I don't care. I'm more pissed that they took magic cards from me than like anything else in that car.
They stole your magic cards?
They stole my Magic the Gathering cards and bonked me on the head.
Did they just steal everything?
Well, they didn't steal everything. They left the like couple $100 ornate katanas that were sitting in the back seat. Yeah, my car exploded when I was in the middle of moving, and they broke in during that time frame. It was great. I loved it. It was fantastic. My favorite day. That was the first time my parents actually, like, I called them up and said, so I didn't really swear growing up in the household, but you're going to hear a lot of them from me right now.
Oh, that's a fun story. Okay, tangent.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
First time that you swore in front of your parents.
Uh-huh.
Like, do you remember that event?
Yeah, I was 4 or 5 playing Vigilante 8, and I called my stepdad a bastard for for destroying my car. See, that's not what I remember. My parents tell me that I had some sort of food that I can't remember what it was when I was like 3 or 4, and I said, this tastes like shit. And then they're like, what? And then I reiterated, this tastes like shit. And my mother's in the kitchen apparently dying of laughter that her 3-year-old child is saying, this tastes like shit. So I get it.
I really more meant like consciously I'm making a decision to curse in front of a parent.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know what the word bastard was at the age of like 4 or 5. I just knew it was something people call other people and they were being angry.
Right.
Consciously swore? Ooh. Probably that, actually.
Probably the car situation.
Yeah.
I remember, I can't remember the circumstances behind it, but I remember it had something to do with getting a phone, and I was like 18 and I was very upset, and I ended up like kind of a similar situation of like I'm upset, so I'm cursing because I'm upset at something else, but it was in front of my mom. And like after like breaking that moment, like from then on, it was just a free range. I'm going to cuss in front of you whenever the fuck I want.
Okay.
Because it's vocabulary now. Well, for some reason, both of my younger siblings decided, oh, there's a rule when you're 18, you can cuss in front of mom and dad as much as you want. Was never a rule. My parents never said that. And in fact, I don't think they would give a shit if we had cussed younger. It was just, I had never felt comfortable doing it until then. And my sisters took that as, oh, okay, 18 is cuss age. And so the day...
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing here.
The day each of them turned 18, it was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna say whatever the shit I want. Bitch, cunt, fuck, sluts.
And a happy birthday to you.
I'm like, I accidentally started something.
Look at you, trendsetter.
I am.
You're ahead of the curve.
I want to learn more about Canada.
Well, I have an article that that's actually user submitted. Viewer, listener submitted.
User. Druggies. You listening to our podcast, you addicts.
Get it in the veins. Get it in the veins.
Get it in my ear holes now. I need
Put it in there. Put it in there. So this is a from listener who wants to go by the name Pinchy, which is what her requested shout out is. I asked her how she wants to be shout out. Pinchy.
Cute.
Nothing further, just Pinchy. So
what you got for us, Pinchy?
Have you ever been to an old folks home?
Sort of. Like I've been to like an old folks like apartment center where like everybody's got their own. It's like fucking 5 floors, and
Jeez.
I've been to one.
That's a little. So, how do you think those citizens were in there? Those senior citizens.
Old and needing of assistance, hence their living conditions.
Unable to right themselves situation. So you would say that the energy was relatively kind of relaxed or low or sedated or like drugged
chill.
Up. Yeah. So if you go into, your local bingo hall of an old folks home, would you expect to see a fist fight between a 79-year-old and an 86-year-old?
I wanna now. Yes, please.
When a bingo-related dispute heated up at a long-term care facility in Rideau Lakes, Ontario on Tuesday, whatever that was, the OPP, you know me, had to be called in, the Ontario police, provincial police actually. But yeah, a 79-year-old woman took a seat normally used by an 86-year-old woman. This isn't even really over the bingo part. This is because somebody took somebody else's seat.
God damn it, Edna! I told you that's my seat!
Other residents got involved during the situation as somewhat of a brawl.
Somewhat.
Yeah, no one was seriously injured. No charges were laid.
That's a miracle.
And the OPP didn't know if the bingo game actually ended up happening.
Oh, man.
So an actual fist fight between 2 octogenarians over bingo.
Not over bingo, over a seat.
Over a seat in a bingo hall. So that is kind of a life goal for me at this point now, is to get into a fist fight over a seat now. Because I've been in, I did the growing up. I remember a lot of kids were pretty aggressive over where they sat in class sometimes, but they never got into a fist fight over it.
Part of me wants to be like, that's ridiculous. Why would you fight over that? The other part of me is like, I have a certain place that I like to park my car when I go to work. And if anyone else parks there, my day is ruined. And it's not even that it's close to the door. It's not like a convenient spot. It's just like this is where my car lives. This is my car's office. And if my car isn't in its office, I'm upset. So if I was an 80-year-old lady and I just want to play bingo, and fucking Edna is sitting in my fucking seat, I'm ready to throw hands. I'm 80.
Bitch.
I have nothing else to live for. I'll fuck her up.
That ice flow's coming for me soon, right? Like, I gotta get my last shots in before I'm gone to Santa Land.
I'm gonna get sent over to fucking Santa. Mm-hmm. I gotta get violent before I get stuck in the sweatshop.
She's only got like 3 or 4 years left at that point, right? Before she's whisked away. Whisked away to the Northland.
Jesus.
It's a shame. It really is a shame. But that is, like, Have you actually ever, like, gone to bingo?
I have not.
Okay. So, friends of mine...
I've played, like, online bingo, but...
Wow. Real cool.
I know.
You're like ahead of the curve there, too.
I am so hip.
So I've gone to bingo a couple times because, again, I'm also hip. Hip as shit. I'm the hippest shit known to man. But it's called Cosmic Bingo, so it's a little bit cooler.
Yeah, there you go.
The lights are turned down low, and sometimes there's some UV stuff, and the bingo dabbers kind of light up in the UV. Ooh, wow, true new age for those grandmas. You're only going to find 45 and under here.
Oh, yeah, boy.
But yeah, my buddy loved going to bingo, him and his girlfriend at the time. So, all right. My wife and I went a couple times with him, and it was a great time. The only time I actually really won money, though, was there was a game that I got pulled. Like, you put your name down, and if you get pulled, you come up and you play a different game that isn't bingo. And the game I had to play was see the movie poster, name the movie.
Okay.
And it was against some other person, and the first person to get it got a point.
I would like to point out that most movie posters have the name of the movie on the poster.
I mean, the movie title was removed.
Okay.
But, yeah, I had, like, made that guy feel so bad, they actually gave him petty cash after.
Whoa.
They gave him $20 after
Nerd alert.
Yeah.
Boy watches movies.
Boy watch movies. It was... I think he got a couple shots in, but it was just like, yeah, no, that's Beauty and the Beast. No, that's, oh, that's Go to Heaven. That's Saw. That's like, boom, 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 boom. And so they're like, oh, no. Oh, no, this guy's a fucking nerd.
Oh, no, this guy does nothing but watch movies all day. How does he know all of these?
I've watched a couple movies in my time. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's the only time I've won money playing bingo. And I have like 5 bingo daubers kicking around this place because every time I went, I forgot to bring a bingo dauber. And so I had to buy a new one. So I have a lot.
I just, you imagine like if the police ever had to raid your house, something Americans think about a lot. I don't know if Canadians have that same issue.
No.
But if you ever think about if the police had to raid your house, what kind of person they would think you are just based off of the shit that they'll find. So they're just going to find a bunch of bingo daubers hidden around your fucking house. Meanwhile, I have like a fox skull and collection of shiny rocks.
Look, shiny rocks are pretty cool. All right. They might think you're a crow and leave you alone. That could be a possible. Wait, no, crows are black. They will shoot you.
Did not help either. Oh, good grief. I want to see some old people throw hands. I've been watching
Come to Ontario.
Totally random. Have you ever heard of Live PD?
No.
Okay, this is my America showing. This is my America showing real hard. There's a TV show which is around America. They have camera crews that follow around police with media vests and everything. It's cops, but it's live. It's like live stream cops, and it's really interesting. And like me and my husband have lately been marathon watching old episodes of Live PD. And, like, their highlight moments and stuff. And it's just a really good show. I don't know. I just really like Live PD.
I never really liked cops or that sort of entertainment. Of course, my stepdad watched a good chunk of it growing up. But, like, I never liked that because every time I watched it, it was kind of like filming and exploiting somebody who is either in a distressed mental state or somebody who doesn't have like the full faculties to actually understand what's going on.
I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, and every time I watched Cops, I walked away from it going, "Yeah, that didn't make me feel good about anything." I think there's like 2 good bits from it.
I've really enjoyed watching it, and I think part of it is that to not get overly political or anything, with everything going on, it is interesting to have to see kind of the day-to-day that a police officer is going to go through. And the other thing I really like is those moments where they actually show nicer things of like cops being a part of their communities and the, sort of the good side of being a police officer and how they can help people. So
yeah, they need good PR.
Yeah. So there's some good stuff about it, but I am the kind of person who, like, I really like true crime. I really like, old horror stories. I'm very much a, like, Schadenfreude mindset of I like watching other people going through shit.
Oh, no. Makes me uncomfortable. Makes me feel sad for them.
Yeah, but...
As somebody as cynical as me, I have too much empathy for some people sometimes. Which is not a bad thing. I don't see that as a bad thing, obviously, but...
You want to just completely just jump off the rails with something different?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I need to prep myself there.
I've heard other people, from other countries not understand the yellow school bus phenomena. Do you have yellow school buses?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know that this is an exclusively American thing. But it's an American article, so I'm claiming it.
Okay. All right. Just sounds like you, but go on.
America, manifest destiny.
Just for listeners, she's doing this hand grabby motion too, like, haha, this is mine, sassy snatch, that you cannot see. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
If you think of like the yellow school bus, it's got those black lines along the side.
Speed lines.
They're not speed lines. I know what they're for now.
Doing speed off of.
No.
Something speed related. Come on, don't take this from me.
It's bombs. It's where the bombs go.
What?
I don't know. No. You said Speed. The movie Speed.
Yes, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. I like Keanu Reeves.
He cute.
He cute. No,
very
so
sad,
the lines.
Very sad human.
The lines along the side of the school bus actually indicate like where the seats are, so that if you ever had to like break open from the side, when you're going to hit child versus underneath child, because they're at such a strange height. So one line marks the floor of the bus. So the bottom black line, that's the floor where your feetsies would be. Okay, and then the next line is the bottom of the seats. And then the top line is the top of the seats.
Huh.
So they should all have 3 lines. And it's for emergencies. So if they ever have to just like carve out
Jaws
of the
of Life
side,
Jaws
of Life style.
Okay.
They'll know, okay, I'm above the floor, but I'm underneath the seat, or whatever. I just thought that was really fucking neat.
That's actually really interesting. And there goes my idea for Bumblebee cosplays. So, all right.
I mean, you could still fucking rock that. Just make sure that like your seats line up with wherever your lines are.
So buses aren't secretly smuggling a lot of honey. Is what I'm learning.
They are.
Cool.
But it's not in those lines. It's somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. All right.
But can you find the secret honey?
Is it in the kids? That's just opening to another heaving host of horrible ideas of my brain. Don't hurt kids for honey. The kids don't know where the honey is. They're not bees. I'm sorry.
The honey's in the
tires.
I
said that. The honey's in the tires. Oh, think of those puncture-proof tires. Like the tires that baffle me are the ones that like get punctured, but then they seal themselves over. So it makes sense if it's honey because it's a thick, viscous sort of fluid, so it won't leak out and it'll keep your tires inflated for a while.
It's like what's the word when you're bleeding? It clots. The honey knows how to clot somehow.
Yeah. It's a smart honey. Those bees are really onto something.
Oh, but that's only in America, because if you were in Canada, they'd be maple-filled tires.
We got the maple bees. It's the same color striping of yellow and black, but we actually don't have a single honey hive in Canada. It's if you find bees and you squeeze the hive for their precious juices, it's just still maple syrup. Pretty much any viscous fluid in Canada is maple syrup. Engine
blood,
oil,
syrup.
Maple syrup. Yeah, blood, syrup. Like you get it. It makes lubricating mechanics a little bit more difficult. We have to kind of import. Don't.
You said lubricating, and I did not think mechanics. And that is a sticky mess. Never do that. Never.
I mean, it's got to be out there somewhere. It's not an article I'm going to cover right now, but maybe in the future I'm going to look it up. I'm going to search out an article to see if this is true.
You fucking nasty.
Lumberjacking off. Heyo.
Oh, but no, I was so in awe of the knowledge that yellow school buses, like that the lines actually have meaning. Like I thought it was, I don't know, to differentiate the yellow school buses from other yellow buses that don't exist.
Oh, yeah, no, that's baffling to me. It makes sense now. And if I think about it, I've not seen a school bus in a little while. Despite like being near multiple schools, I guess I don't really go out because there's a pandemic going on. That makes sense now. Never mind.
But it was also interesting because I did bring up the idea of where all are there yellow school buses, because like I guess in England they don't have yellow school buses. So like
they just don't have school. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Well, I remember talking to a friend of ours, a mutual friend of mine and Jekkus's, Jimbo. He had mentioned, like, we had talked about school buses, and he's like, "Oh, we don't have those there. I didn't even know if those were real or not." And I was like, I wonder, like, where does the line stop? You know, like you talk about, like, what countries do you drive on the left versus the right? What countries have yellow school buses? I want to know. If you're listening.
What countries have school?
If you're listening and you're not from America or Canada, let me know if you have yellow school buses. I just really want to know.
I have learned today. We've
learned.
I know.
We've talked about education for like 3 episodes, and I thought episode 4 is the time I'll actually bring a little bit of education.
Now I know that if I'm going to attack a school bus to steal a child, where to cut through.
Exactly. Make sure you cut above, somewhere between the top and bottom line.
Yeah, yep. Make it for easy snatchings. Hostage situations, gonna ransom a child.
Move into the country, gonna steal all of the children.
That's what they meant by peaches. This makes more sense now. Do you want to know one last fun thing, but that is not based on Canada or America?
Oh my, what is this? This has never happened before.
So, yeah, if you don't know, we end the episode, or our last article is usually something that isn't Canadian or American, but is still a news story from around the world. However, I'm going to subvert that. I know we've been subverting a bunch of things lately. Yeah, do you want an intergalactic one? Do you want one that isn't even on Earth?
Yes.
Do you want...
Intergalactic policy counts.
Do you want to know about the sperm bank on the moon?
Sir, howling and jizzing in the middle of the night does not mean that it lands on the moon.
I'm gonna shoot to the moon!
Oh, Jesus.
It's a different connotation now. Yeah, so scientists want to send 6.7 million sperm samples to the moon.
So they haven't yet.
They not yet. They want to.
They want to impregnate the moon.
They have begun to lay the plans for repopulation, starting with a sperm bank on the moon. Like, you know the Svalbard seed vault? Not that seed.
Oh, yes. Which is a bunch of, plants. Yeah, like a bunch of plants out in the middle of fucking bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah,
in case all the plants die, we can replant plants.
Yeah, bumfuck nowhere. It's in my backyard. But yeah, they want to take a bunch of reproductive cells, both sperm and ova, and from a ton of Earth species, not just humans, but like... They want to have an ark of sorts on the moon. They want to have a space ark. They want to have a space ark on the moon.
That's amazing.
This is the best article I've read in a long time.
This is pretty great. The question is, what animals get to be on the space ark, and which ones are like, if that goes extinct, we don't give a shit. Mosquitoes, don't need them.
No. Canadian goose, need it. That thing will protect the moon.
Okay, maybe for protection. Can you train a goose?
No. any sort of following question, can you train a goose to blank? The answer is no. Those things are fucking free spirits and terrifying.
I was just saying in general, can you train a goose? Apparently not.
You cannot train a goose. Those things are not to be trusted. Do not get close to a goose. Stay 6 feet away from a goose for life. Even after the pandemic, they probably are COVID carriers just for fun, honestly. Like, just get away from the geese. Yeah. But yeah, as Earth is a naturally volatile environment, said study author Jekkus. I'm sorry for just even speaking that name.
We can't pronounce any words right, so it's not you, it's us.
We at AmericCanada don't take the dictionary with any aplomb. But yeah, they submitted the report for lunar pits and lava tubes for a modern arc, apparently, at the Annual Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering's Aerospace Conference on Saturday.
They're calling it an arc. They're calling it an arc.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, they're legitimately calling it a modern arc.
ballsy.
Oh, yeah. It's got solar power supplies. They've got antennas for communications, airlocks, shafts for elevators. Cryopreservation modules. They have a laboratory for preservation and analysis. Like, this thing is absurdly cool.
Question.
Yes.
You send all the spermies and the eggies to the moon.
All the spermies and eggies.
You put them in a fancy cryo whatever lab.
Yeah, put them in a pot.
Everybody go extinct. What happened? There's no person there to okay, make them happen now. Or is there a button?
There's got to be people on the moon. And maybe there's a fail-safe or something disaster happens, start making babus in these pods.
But then you just have a bunch of infants that are helpless on the moon.
AI? Some sort of AI can maybe teach them how to read and walk and stuff and shit themselves.
It's like a alien. You just have to have an android that lives there, and its job is just to tend to the babus. Yeah,
we just need a couple fast benders on the moon. Yeah.
I prefer, was it Ian Holm?
I think that's
Ian Holm. In the original Alien.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Yay! Yeah. Signak remembered something. This never happens.
He died last year, didn't he?
He did. I'm sad about it.
Very sad. Very sad. Alien, also a good movie. Not as good as Thanksgiving.
No.
It's a good movie.
You get that blasphemy out of my podcast, sir.
You've not watched Thanksgiving. I'm just saying.
Nothing will ever surpass Alien. Ever.
Thanksgiving. However, I will concede that Thanksgiving does not have Sigourney Weaver or mannequin Sigourney Weaver.
Damn right
it does have a Master of Disguise turkey, so it could have Sigourney Weaver if it wanted it.
Oh my god. You and your fucking turkey movie, I swear.
Hell yeah.
I made a mistake. I should never have told you about the turkey.
I probably would have ended up there naturally at some point. Maybe not on episode 4 of this podcast, but there's things rattling around in my mind at all times. One of them is Thanksgiving. I need to just bring up Thanksgiving at every opportunity.
I'm going to make sure that they don't send any turkey eggs or spermses to the moon. Thanksgiving can never happen again.
No, that has to be the first movie up there. But, if not, I'm getting a very, very strong slingshot, and I'm going to shoot that thing into the sky and hope it lands on the moon.
Luck.
Every night I go to my backyard with a copy of Thanksgiving on DVD.
And just, today's going to be the day.
Yep, this one's going to get him. Gotta get him this time. And then I just hope. And I missed the moon that one. All right, cool. Next time. And you know how we sent out a gold-plated disc with a lot of information on who we are as a human species out into the world? Yeah, out into the world. Wow, out into the dark reaches of space.
Beyond the world.
Beyond the world. I hope that they also find Thanksgiving out there at around the same time.
They're gonna find the one gold disc with all this important information about humans and our where to find our planet. And then they're going to find 80 copies of Thanksgiving floating somewhere after that.
So there's a very small chance that it's going to at least hit the moon, but a larger chance that a space mission is going to go catastrophically wrong by hitting a copy of Thanksgiving out there in the world. And out there in the space. Why do I keep saying world?
Because you're xenophobic, sir.
You know what? You caught me. Anything outside of these borders of this atmosphere ain't belonging on this planet. What say no how? God. So that's space for you. We're gonna have an arc on the space.
The arc of the space. The final frontier. I have to say that for my mom. She likes Star Trek.
I didn't get into Star Trek, which is weird for a giant nerd like me.
My mom loves Star Trek.
I was more of a Star Wars guy anyway.
I do like Star Wars. I've seen more Star Wars than Star Trek, in that I've seen all of Star Wars and I've seen very few of Star Trek.
Well, there you go.
But my mom's read all the Trekkie books and seen all
my lord
shows, and she's a big Trek nerd.
Wow. Could you imagine spending that much time on anything? Thanks back to my World of Warcraft years.
thinks currently to your Warhammer years?
I don't have books of Warhammer.
No, but you have a bajillion figures.
I have 5 because they're huge, and I only need 5 to make an army. Okay, all right.
This has been our podcast where we nerd everywhere.
You back up this shit, right? You back right off me. Yo,
what?
No. Now I'm sad. I'm getting attacked for being a nerd.
I have to. Another thing. I have been requested by many of the American listeners that I know of. It's AmericCanada now. We're now going to pronounce it AmericCanada.
This has been AmericCanada.
This has been AmericCanada. You've listened to AmericCanada, our podcast where we mercilessly attack Canada.
These pauses are staying in. This is how disappointed I am with you and all of America for Lord Almighty. Well, yes, so that has been the podcast. I guess we'll just wrap it up. We'll just go home. We'll leave. After that, I'm just angry. I don't even care for fools. I've been slandered. I've been attacked. I've let out a couple. I've made Canada vulnerable in our truce today, and this is how you repay me.
It's not AmericCanada if I don't mercilessly bully you at some point.
I just want to go away from a recording happy for a change, and you're not letting it. You're just not letting it happen.
Oh no. I've been Signak of America.
I have been Jekkus of Canada. Canada.
Cambodia.
Cambodia. Ooh. I had to do a project on Cambodia. I don't want to go to Cambodia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, Cambodia's a scary place.
Thank you, 800,000 million, for listening. We have a website now, AmericCanadaPodcast.com.
Yeah, just go there.
Go there. And it has links to all of our episodes. It's a really easy way to share with friends because if you go to our Where Can I Listen page on there, it has links to everywhere you can find us. So rather than rattling off a bajillion places, you can just go there and then they can pick where they want to listen.
And if you don't want to go there, then listen to us everywhere because I have put it on everything. Oh my God, I had so much stress this week because it exploded and then it unexploded and then it imploded and then it unimploded and it exploded again. And it was a week.
The boy has been struggling, but we
just
got
to deliver
through it.
This greatness to you. Just to drip feed this into your ears. I'm going to sit there with a dropper and I'm just going to put your head on my lap.
I don't want to hear this. I don't want this described to me.
Right into your ear.
Nope.
Just kind of like a Chinese water torture.
Nope, I don't want to think about it. Nope.
That's how this podcast is going to be for you. Mm-mm. So if you want to follow us more, at AmericCanada Pod on Twitter, and pretty much it. I do streams. Just Google search Jekkus.
You can Google search Jekkus. He's mostly on Twitch, Jekkus TV, twitch.tv/Jekkus TV.
I'm around. If you Google search Jekkus and then just ignore the Cirque du Freak thing, you'll find me. It's good. It's fine.
Quit trying to hide your Cirque du past.
Don't look, okay? There was one trapeze incident that scarred me for life, and I'm not going back. I'm not you. They can't make me. I'm not going to be the little monkey boy anymore, okay? Thank you for listening.
Go hug somebody. Have a great day.
Go steal a child from a bus today.
No. Not that one.